Hey there fellow Yomi worshippers. It seems like every time we end up doing a crusade, we end up getting this segment back. So, yeah, decided to up the quality a bit. Now we have a desk. Yes, I did buy it off the flea market, but it's a very good material. Welcome to Tomo QnA, the series that reminds you that I smile back. Of course, we got more questions today, and I feel like a lot of you really want to get to know me just a slight bit more. Alright, we have our first question here. What do you think of the new anime battle simulator that came out a bit ago? I mean, I'm pissed that they hadn't contacted me about using the name on ROBLOX, or that ROBLOX probably fucked the search results, but I'm not going to ruin 20,000 people's fun over something that honestly should be ROBLOX's fault. You know how game authors get when they spot something getting more popular in 2 days, using their project's name, than the original owner had in 2.5 years. We are going to be salty about it. For our second question, we have something a bit less, well, personal. How do you feel about Kim Jong-un becoming a vegetable? I mean, it sucks that a communist leader that instilled true Zoroastrian values is dying, but at the same time, those human rights violations were getting out of hand, and maybe a better educated North Korea might not be a bad thing. It's 50/50 over here at How to Tomo 101. Both good and bad. This third question happens to be about the coronavirus. Is it affecting your job, welfare, or mental state at the moment?
Of course it fucking isn't. I live in a republic ignorant, and I always go out and farm my sprouts.
Well, at least I don't have to shoo people away anymore, or really worry about the rich people trying to buy my land. Instead they are complaining about something we've built immunity from for years, hiding in their shitty $50 million houses that they can't even clean properly. Alright, this is our fourth. Hold in a minute, this doesn't look like the papers I gave the people in the street. Oh well, I'll look at it anyway. What is your current job or occupation? And no, your freelance concept designer job does actually. Just excuse me for a moment. Alright, I shot up that man's house and now I feel a lot better about myself. You see, don't ignore the value that concept designers add to your lives. Your favorite games? All made by concept designers. Your least favorite games? No concept designers involved. You need them in order to have a stable and balanced game, and quite honestly, I think concept designers should gain a lot more respect around these parts. Never feel down about being a concept designer, or being a Tomo. You can do it. Alright, here's the fifth question. What do you think of Wall Street? I believe you already knew the answer to that long before I even properly answered it. Fixed prices should always be the norm, no bullshit speculation. The sixth question is, so you remember that one time you stared at big-breasted Ryobi and you lost a testicle? Where is it now? What is it doing? I have no clue what our supreme goddess Yomi used it for, but I can answer how badly I miss it, which is a lot. Oh, that seventh question is pretty interesting. What actually makes a crusade, well, crusadable? Well, there's a checklist we have to fill out before we can actually do so. We can't just go crusading for no reason on absolutely nothing. First, an important thing to note is that the rights of the Zoroastrian have to be violated. This applies to anyone who has gained citizenship, and we do not give a single shit about the rules or otherwise. Zoroastrians are free, Zoroastrians are always right, and they are allowed freedom of speech and freedom of conscription to all heathens. If any of the rights are violated, we can. The second important thing to know is that we have zero tolerance of down treaty evading, or any server housing a suspected or confirmed molester, child rapist, or any kind of pedophilia. The popes normally are immune to down treaty evasions, but in the case that one is under a crusade, their immunity is null and void until someone wins the conflict. That's our checklist for crusading. Alright, here we have question A. Wait a minute, this isn't even a question. Hold in a moment, I gotta do something again. Sorry about that, that was Amethyst asking for me to cut off his genitals. Told him he'd be neutered if he kept this shit up. Basically, it was exactly what this comment was saying from back when the crusade started, but with an edit in, make Tomo decent. And before you ask, no, unfortunately taking someone's genitals doesn't win a crusade. You have to make them 100% agree with you and stop doing whatever the hell got them in a crusade in the first place. Finally, we got the final question. Is Undertale still managing to sneak into your life, now that you have realized that you are indeed Sans? Well, unfortunately yes. But then again, it's either Hakudo quotes or Undertale memes, and I'm sure no one who's an idiot would wanna hear a Hakudo quote. Glad to see you came and watched the whole thing through. Tune in next time, where I'll probably plug a magical exodus down your throat or remind you that I still have projects that need to be done.